Okay, you've got the balloon inflated. It's in your hands. What do you do now? The first twist we're going to cover is the lock twist. What that is, it's when you take a series of more than one bubble in a balloon and you lock it together, the beginning and the end, to keep them from unraveling. So, if you have the beginning of the balloon and you do two bubbles, say a set of dog ears, you lock them together like that. And it creates a loop, which makes a set of dog ears here, and they won't untwist, and you locked it at that point. So what you have there is a lock of two. So if you're explaining somebody else a creation, you might say, let's do a lock of two. In fact, if I wanted to go 5 bubbles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'd hold the first and the last bubble together, and I lock it right underneath them like that, and then I have a circle of 5, or what we call a lock of 5. Most of balloon art is based on the lock twist. But remember, you can't lock just one bubble, because then we're talking about a different twist. So a lock is anything more than one bubble where the first part and the last part is locked together to keep it from untwisting. Alright, the next twist we're going to work on is called the rollover. The rollover is used to make a rabbit head, a squirrel head, the face of a lion, the face of a tiger, the body of a parrot, or maybe a dog's ears and neck. The rollover is a very great tool in balloon art. It starts with, let's say for instance, we want to do a dog head. Let's make the dog's nose right there. Now, we make 2 ears for the dog, so now we have a lock of 2. Now what a rollover does, you take a third bubble, which is about the same length as the first 2. See? So you have 1, 2, and 3. You take the first 2, line it up alongside the third bubble. Then you take both thumbs, push in on the third bubble, and then roll the first 2 back around it like that. That's called a rollover. Now I would suggest you do it quickly. The longer you take, because you're scared to pop the balloon, the more likely it is going to pop. So remember, when you're pulling it around with your fingers, if you take too long, that's a lot of tension on the balloon. So what you have to do is just go around quickly as you can. So it look like this. You got 1, 2, and then 3. And you take that and just go, whoop, boom, just roll it right around. Don't slide it, don't let it slide, just roll. Nice and easy. It's all about even pressure with your hands. Alright? Now you're wondering, how does this make a dog's head? Well, let's say, just forget this part here. If you take this and pull it right down to where it's right in between those two, it sticks out straight, then you have a nice little poodle head or an Afghan. See that nice little dog? Or you could bring it down further and make it Snoopy. See how it's Snoopy there? See Snoopy's head right there? So that's a rollover is many, many creations. In fact, you probably can't make hardly any great creations without a rollover somewhere in it. Remember when I told you you cannot do a lock of just one bubble? That's because they have a different name for it. It's called a fold twist. You see, a fold twist is when you take one longer section of bubble and you fold it like this and lock it, the beginning and the end of it together to create a loop. That is a fold twist. If it was more than one bubble going around, that's not a fold twist, it's a lock twist. So when you tell somebody, do a fold twist, they know it's just one bubble. Let's go down and make another one. Come down, make the length of the balloon. Now because I'm holding in a tug-of-war position, this is the best thing about a fold twist. I can use my twist hand, fold it upwards like that, grab it with fingers in my hold hand, hold it in place, then take my twist hand, pull outwards, and lock it together like so. Now you see I've locked into the same source. I have 2 fold twists right there going into the same source. And it's very difficult to do without good hand discipline. Now right now you've got 2 arms on a teddy bear. You've got the cheeks of a rabbit. You've got all kinds of things that you do just with those right there. Let's do another fold twist. Here we go. Come down, make the twist, the longer section, grab it with my hold hand, twist, fold it together with my twist hand, pull outwards, twist it together. Now I've got 3 fold twists going into the same source. Now we've got the beginnings of a flower. I can arrange it like this, with this little bubble at the top, and here we have like a little flower. Something like that. Okay, let's take that fold twist, and instead of one longer bubble, let's go with a small bubble, a round bubble. And now that is no longer called the fold twist, it is called the ear twist. Some places call it a pinch twist. I prefer to call it an ear twist. That's what I've been calling it. So in this series, that's what we'll call it. But if you read somewhere, use a pinch twist to make this creation, it's the same exact thing, just different name. So instead of a longer bubble, let's make a shorter bubble, a round bubble like this. Now, with my hold hand, I've got the bubble right there. This is what we're going to twist against itself to make a little kidney-shaped bubble. Alright? We're going to take my twist hand, the first 2 fingers of my twist hand. Now the first knuckle right there and right there, we're going to go down into the top of the small bubble to where it's touching the first knuckle. Take the thumb of your twist hand right there. I want you to be able to feel the knot, to feel that little twist. If you don't feel that little bump, your thumb isn't in there far enough. Now with your hold hand, with your twist hand, pull outwards. Take your twist hand, turn your whole wrist. Don't turn just your fingers like that. I want you to turn your whole wrist twice and lock it up. See? That is an ear twist. Now, we've got an ear twist going into this source right here. Let's do a second ear twist. So you think, oh, this is getting scary. That's a lot of tension on the balloon. You're right, it is. And sometimes they will pop. But you got to keep on going. Here's your round balloon. Once again, go in to the first knuckle with your first 2 fingers. Your thumb feels the knot on the other end. Hold the rest of it with your hold hand. Pull out with your twist hand. Hook your fingers and turn your wrist. Alright? Now you've got 2 ear twists in the same. Now let's line them up like this. And now here we have what I call a collar. A collar is 2 ear twists where it seemingly forms a circle around the balloon. You could use it as a dog collar. You could use it to have other balloons go into the joints to create more things. But I call it a collar. So if I say do a collar, you know it's 2 ear twists in a row, side by side, like that. That is an ear twist. Use it carefully.